I feel as a region, we need a party. We need a regional party because that is how politics is played, unfortunately, in Kenya. And you see, even in the oldest democracies like the US, you have democratic strongholds, you have Republican strongholds. So it is a tenet of democracy. It is a tenet of politics. So we cannot shy away from the fact Mount Kenya has learned hard lessons from the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. We definitely will be having a party for the region.
Yes, it is now very clear that the Mount Kenya is going to form a political party. In the lead-up of the 2022 general election, the Mount Kenya and Uhuru Kenyatta wanted to use Jubilee to retain the political base in Mount Kenya. And I think even if I was in Mount Kenya, I wouldn't have followed Jubilee because the politics of that day favored William Ruto. He was persecuted, yes, supported Uhuru Kenyatta. So the Mount Kenya people saw as if it was the right time to give a hand back. And they suffered after the impeachment of Gachagua. Now it is very clear that leaders in Mount Kenya are talking about how to build a political party. And they are right. I keep on telling people that the saying of very many people come out to say that politics in Kenya should not be galvanized on tribe, blah, blah. And I don't believe in that. Even in bigger democracies, parties can be galvanized against anything. Some are galvanized on environment, some can be galvanized on a community, some can be galvanized on religion. It is very okay for as long as they all direct to national unity and development. So it is not bad for a particular community to have a party, because in politics we have regional parties. A party can be, what I mean by that, a party can be from a certain stronghold and failed in other regions. In Rift Valley, we had URP before the 2022 general election. In Mount Kenya, we had PNU. They decided to combine the parties, and we saw what happened. The Nyanza has ODM as a stronghold. Now it goes to other areas. So a community which has the biggest voting basket, after passing through what they passed through when Rigathi Gachagua was impeached, you cannot tell them that in the 4 biggest position, yet they voted for the government. They don't hold any position, from the president, from the deputy president, from the speaker of parliament, from the deputy speaker. And you want to tell them that with their votes 47%, they cannot hold any office. So it's better to get a political party to bargain for these positions. It was a mistake for RUTO to impeach Gachagua and appoint a non-Kikuyu. Mount Kenya has almost 7 slots in cabinet. At the level on which Mount Kenya is, after getting 3 presidents under 5 presidents, getting a cabinet slot is a small thing. Either they must be deputies or presidents at the level on which they are. I'm sorry, but that is politics in Kenya. Communities with large numbers do read this. The reason is why even in the lead-up for 22 general election, every candidate, even Raila Odinga, picked a Kikuyu. Not a Meru, a Kikuyu. Underline that. Meaning that in the near future, we are going to see a Kikuyu being a president or a deputy, because they have the numbers. You cannot put them under the carpet. So in this episode, I've come to talk about the new political party which is going to be made by Mount Kenya, what effects will have on William Ruto's government, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. So, after the impeachment motion of Rigathi Gachagua, it is clear that the Mount Kenya was unsettled. Because among the votes William Ruto got, they gave 47%. Not even the stronghold of William Ruto, the Rift Valley, gave as much votes as the Mount Kenya. And it was a gamble, people around the Mount Kenya, to tell him to impeach Gachagua. You know, very many people looked at Gachagua as the Mathira MP, not knowing that he has transcended that position to become the deputy president. He spoke to the hearts of the Mount Kenya every time he stood up to speak. Leaders who are tribal, they tend to be loved by their community. That's the truth. So it was a mistake. Now, even William Ruto is realizing that he made a mistake. It's the reason as why even when he picked Kindiki, he never went to Mount Kenya for Thanksgiving. It shows how he is feeling the heat. In all of this William Ruto has made, the last 10, they have been outside Mount Kenya, which has not been always the case. He's trying to get new coalitions. So even the Mount Kenya is planning to get a party. In fact, the woman rep for Kirinyaga, one of the ardent supporters of Gachagua, came out to reveal the plan. In fact, he said these statements.
I feel as a region, we need a party. We need a regional party because that is how politics is played, unfortunately, in Kenya. And you see, even in the oldest democracies like the US, you have democratic strongholds, you have Republican strongholds. So it is a tenet of democracy, and it is a tenet of politics. So we cannot shy away from the fact Mount Kenya has learned hard lessons from the impeachment of Gachagua. We definitely will be having a party for the region. Our people, they do not come out to the streets to fight. You will not see them throwing stones, you will not see them burning things. But when the way they receive you, they speak their hearts. And Embu spoke for Mount Kenya. And there's no Mount Kenya East or West or whatever it is that, the people who were planning politics of succession in 2027 were trying to do to divide Mount Kenya votes. The mountain is united. The mountain has spoken solidly, and it has said that it is tired and it is hurt. He's been really hurt. He's someone who invested in this government. He's someone who put his money, his time, his energy, and just the way he was treated and kicked out of government and ceremoniously, it shows a lot of deceit. And I think even from yesterday, where he sat, we saw him getting in, he had muddy shoes, there was no red carpet for him.
That is, I think it's called Maina Njeri, to say that they're going to form a political party. And even if I come from that region, I would also support it because politics in Kenya is communal. Every big community with a large number of votes has a political party which they use to bargain. So a community like Mount Kenya, which has the biggest population, the biggest economy, has attained president thrice, you cannot tell them not to have a political party after one of their own being impeached and not replaced. In fact, I think it was even more better for William Ruto to replace Gachagua with a Kikuyu. Maybe it would have made sense. I know very many people don't want tribalism, that Kikuyu have been present for a long period of time. But they have been courtesy of being in government for a long period of time, having a biggest economy, having the numbers. And any person who has the numbers is deemed to get government. Very many people talk about tribalism. Do you know why in America, in the 48th presidents they had, it was only Barack Obama with mixed race? Because mixed race people in America, they are not so many. So the numbers matter. Even in the elections, people are galvanized on very many things, and among the things that galvanize them is race, tribe, and everything. So it is true Mount Kenya should get a political party so that they can bargain for power. In that way, they will be comfortable. That's the truth. Do you know as to why you think that Ford Kenya has been in Western Kenya for a very long period of time? It was under Mike Kijana Amara. Even when Raila tried to wrestle Mike Kijana Amara, he failed. Because it's a party from Western Kenya. ODM has a stronghold in Nyanza. Although it also has positions, it has foundations in other areas, but the stronghold is Nyanza. Okay? So even Mount Kenya, they are right to get a political party because of what they passed through, and they should do that so that they can bargain with anyone, because that is politics. There is no harm in that. Of course, that's my opinion. Do make comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is the first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. See you on another one. Peace.